Let's get right into some really cool upgrade parts in the pistol and AR world. We're going live with Align Tactical, Rearden Manufacturing, and Emissary development on this week's Gear Grind. Fit. All right, let's rattle it off here. Align Tactical makes thumb rests for full-size and slimline Glock pistols, Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0, SIG P320, Canik Rival, and HK VP9 pistols. These all attach a bit differently. Some are replacements for your takedown levers, other replace your trigger or locking block pins, depending on the make and model of your gun. I don't have first-hand experience with absolutely every model here, but the pistols I have here on the table dropped in pretty easily just using punches and something to rest your pistol frame on. There's also a wide variety of compatible holsters with these parts, so you should be good to go for what you're carrying. By the way, Align also makes offset extended mag releases for the P365 and P320, as well as a really cool competition mag well for your P320 full size and carry grip module, so check those out as well. Feel. I haven't really handled a pistol with a thumb rest like this before, and I have to say, I really like these. With your standard thumbs forward grip, you're naturally going to slide onto this little ledge, which is going to help you drive the gun and keep you on target. This really helps contain your recoil, minimize muzzle flip without having to use a threaded barrel or compensator to do the job, and possibly require tuning your recoil spring. Besides that, these thumb rests are fully dehorned with no sharp edges, just good texture to keep you on the gun where you need to be. Form. Nothing really fancy with these thumb rests. All of these are steel parts with a black nitride coating, pretty industry standard stuff. And that's what's nice about these in my opinion. Thumb rests I typically see as a race gun component, but these are very low profile and work beautifully with the existing aesthetic of your gun. It's a straightforward, professional look, and your gun is going to look more or less the same with these add-ons. Function. Like I said a moment ago, these do the job of reducing muzzle flip very well, but it is something you'll have to get used to. While having a thumb rest makes it easier to keep driving the gun on target, it's also easy to overcompensate when you're just getting started. So just plan to get in some trigger time because in my experience, this does make your gun feel a little different and your recoil compensation will need a brief relearning period. Features. I would say the best feature about these thumb rests is the price. Now these parts are around $60 or so. Fairly small, and it's easy to say that they're not cheap for their size, but look at the alternatives for reducing muzzle flip. Threaded barrel, $150 to $200 investment. Compensator, another $50 to $100 depending on the manufacturer, all in the pursuit of just trying to keep yourself on target for faster follow-up shots. Align Tactical's thumb rests do a very similar job for a fraction of the price. Naturally, if you kit out your gun with a comp and a thumb rest, you're going to receive even greater benefits, so it's not necessarily one or the other. Just that if you're on a budget or live in a state with restrictions around threaded barrels, these products are a pretty compelling option for you. Getting into the AR world, we have Rearden Manufacturing. I'll be talking about some of their best-selling suppressor mounts for the AR-15 and AR-10. Fit. Rearden muzzle devices come in a huge range of thread pitches and options for barrel shoulders, but since we're primarily focused on AR rifles, I'm going to be talking mostly about their options for AR-15 and AR-10 platforms. Right now, we're carrying the FHD and R2S flash hiders, each coming in threaded by 1/2x28 or 5/8 by 24. These muzzle devices will work with Rearden's Atlas quick attach suppressor mount, as well as Q's Plan B mounts. Installation is pretty straightforward, just make sure you're using rock set on your muzzle device. You may need a shim if your barrel doesn't have a bit of relief built in on the shoulder, but most AR barrels have this, so just check it first. The Rearden muzzle devices we got in recently all feel really nice. They seem well machined, just a lot of professional polish that you like to see on a good suppressor mount device. The Atlas quick attach mount also feels really good. The threads on these are cut very well, and you can very quickly and confidently spin on your can, and the shoulder interface locks in tight. No real complaints there. Form. Rearden offers these in a sort of raw heat treat finish as well as black nitride. Across their catalog, they pretty much feature all of these finishes on every muzzle device, so depending on what you need or want, you can find something that works on your rifle. These look very much like early AR-15 flash hiders with the 3-prong and A1 cuts respectively. Like I said, we're starting simple on these, but Rearden also has a variety of muzzle brakes and a rainbow PVD finish option, so sound off down below which shades and styles you want to see. I must mention the wrench flats on this heat-treated FHD had a few machining marks, but nothing else in our warehouse did, so I wouldn't think that's typical. Function. Being that these are mainly a quick attach suppressor mounting platform, these muzzle devices pretty much just have to stay in one place, and by all accounts they do the job. The threads are smooth, the taper interface locks on your suppressor nicely, and beyond that, it's the can doing the heavy lifting for performance. As a quick aside, Rearden does say that if you're looking at raw functionality, the black nitride options do have a tighter seal just because of how that surface treatment works. So if you're looking to optimize performance, go with black nitride. Features. When it comes to mounting suppressors, the lightest, most efficient option is typically a direct thread can. The next option is something like this, where you have larger external threads on a muzzle device, which gives you many of the same benefits without having a ratcheting mechanism, extra springs, etc. This type of setup makes it very easy to clean and maintain your suppressor, and you also have a muzzle device that works extremely well as a standard flash hider in any instance where you don't necessarily want or need a silencer. Rearden's products are awesome for these purposes, and they're priced very well in the suppressor mount world, especially once you look at the price of an Atlas hub compared to some of their competition. Emissary development makes a lot of higher end gear for your AR-15. I wanted to highlight some of their really cool and ergonomic pistol grips and foregrips. Fit. Today we're going to be looking at the axle pistol grips as well as the handbrake hand stops and accelerator vertical grips. The axle grips will work with any AR-15 or AR-10 platform. Both of them have a very nice beaver tail and a slight undercut that will work beautifully on pretty much any lower receiver. Though Emissary does note that these grips won't play nice with your law folders, so if you're in on one of those, maybe skip the axle. Or the handbrake and accelerator are both M-LOK compatible, so any M-LOK handguard you want to mount these grips on, it will be easy to do, and they're molded with lugs to ensure a secure fit wherever you choose to mount, even on half slots. Feel. All of these Emissary grips have excellent aggressive texture. Not quite as much of a hard bite as an M&P 2.0 grip, but they all reside in that sweet spot of being very secure without violent exfoliation. All of the foregrips have contours at the sides and a forward swept angle that allow you to settle in very comfortably for a C-clamp grip. For me, these are perfect with how I like to run most angled foregrips. As for the axle pistol grips, you have two flavors, a full size and a compact. Both of these feature a little shelf for your pinky, and the compact is about a 1/4 inch shorter. Both have a 14-degree grip angle and a beaver tail that settles deeply in your hand, so they just have a very nice modern grip. So choose the one that's right for your hand size. For reference, I'm about 6'1", decent sized hands. The compact fits me perfectly, and I have a little more wiggle room on the full size. Form. Emissary has a very elegant, simple design philosophy, and that really works for me. Most of what you get visually is that nice texturing, as well as the ergonomic curves that really end up informing the design. You can get all of these in standard black, as well as FDE, OD green, and gray. Though those other colors are Cerakote, not directly molded in, so they will run you slightly more if you're looking for a color match. And by the way, because they're all in Cerakote, these colors will match your Magpul furniture very nicely. Function. Comfortable, ergonomic furniture should elevate your experience in shooting your rifle, and I think Emissary has done really well here. All of these grips, whether they're pistol grips or forward mounted, allow you to maintain very solid control of your rifle at all times. A lot of grips that feature a slight angle, no matter how they're mounted, are close but not quite close enough for me. But these feel like they're purpose-built for my hands, but that's just one set of hands talking. Features. For me, Emissary is doing really well in terms of ergonomics. I've handled a lot of different AR furniture over the years and have been disappointed as often as I've been impressed. And Emissary is impressive in my opinion. I feel that there's more thought being put into how these products are designed than others on the market, and frankly, they damn well better be at the price. The axle pistol grips start at around $50 and the handbrakes around $35. You can definitely snag similar parts for less, but if your budget can bear it and these are the grips that work best for you, you will not be disappointed. Lots of exciting stuff in the AT3 warehouse recently, and I was eager to share. I hope you found some of this stuff interesting. And as always, if there's a gun or upgrade you want me to go hands-on with, slap a comment down below. I'll give you my honest take on it in a future video.